I was sick of flips taking 6 months. They tick me off more than anything because I feel like I'm taking $100 bill out of my pocket and lighting it on fire. No one's here. The house is sitting. I'm not making any money on this deal.
Okay, 7-day flip. That's a novelty, maybe kind of a little bit of an attention grabber, right? But like, is there a strategy where it actually is more profitable to try and crank and get everybody focused on one house at a time in 7 days than just letting it run its course of maybe a month or 2 months or however long it takes? Like, what was your thought of like why do the 7-day, and is it effective in reality?
Let me take you back to our first one, right? The first one was a science project. I just wanted to see, I was sick of flips taking 6 months. Why does it freaking take 6 months to flip a house? It's stupid, right? And I would hate it when I would go to a house and I'd be the only one there. I'm like, where's everybody else? I'm here. No one else is here, right? Like we call those dead days. And one of our KPIs is how many dead days do we have on a property? And they tick me off more than anything because I feel like I'm taking $100 bill out of my pocket and lighting it on fire. No one's here. The house is sitting. I'm not making any money on this deal. So really it was this science project that I was sick, and I came to my project manager. I'm like, bro, flipping a house in 6 months is stupid, right? What does it really take? It takes man hours and it takes materials. Okay, if I could control all the materials and I can control the man hours, what does that really look like? And he told me, he's like, dude, you can't do a 7-day flip. Like, that's stupid, right? And then we just did these 4 and 7, and he came to me. They did their A-team walkthrough, and he's like, bro, there's these 4 houses. They're right next door to each other. I think we can flip them in 7 days. I'm like, bro, 6 months ago, you were telling me it wasn't possible. Now you're telling me we can do 4 in 7 days, right? So it was really just creating this mindset that I'm like, we can totally do it. We have to control these variables. So you have Parkinson's law, right? That says, for whatever time you allow a project is how long it's going to take. And for us, we were allowing them to take 6 months, and it just wasn't efficient. Our investors were making more money than we were. And we're like, this is dumb. Like, why do we have no control on this? So I really did the first 7-day flip to get control of my business. I wanted to see where the wheels would fall off, and I wanted to see what would happen. I wanted to see it crash and burn, right? Honestly, I had expected it to just go terribly. And it really didn't. We did it our first one we really did in 6 days. And the 7th day we had a barbecue, we BS'd, we did some touch-up paint, and that was really it. But did
it help to have you publicly kind of, and I can't remember if you did that on the first one, but I think you did, where you kind of publicly put it out there like, I'm doing this.
Totally. I remember the phone call with my project manager. I'm like, bro, are we sure? I'm going to go live on Facebook. Are we sure we can do this? Like, I really need your commitment here that we're going to, because I'm going to look like an idiot if we say we're going to do this in 7 days and we don't. So are you okay with that? He's like, dude, we got this. I'm like, dude, don't be nervous. Like, we got to do this. So it was cool though. It kind of drew the line in the sand, and we said, hey, we're going to do this in 7 days, come hell or high water. And that's what we did. So, yeah.
Is it a long-term strategy for success if you're doing 11 at a time though?
It's really just in our tool. It's an ammunition. Let me give you a perfect example. We're going to have this house that we just bought that the owner needs 2 months to move out, right? So now I'm already sitting on it for 2 months. If I were to take 6 more months to flip that property, I'm not going to make any money. So we're going to 7-day flip it. Right? We're going to go in and we'll flip it in 7 days and be in and out of it. So that just, it's part of our artillery now that we can just pull that wild card out anytime we want. We've done it before. We understand the process. And when it makes sense, let's do it, right? Hey, we could flip this house in 7 days. So we have a week of escrow before we have to close on it. Let's plan it. Let's flip it in 7 days and sell it. Our first 7-day flip, we were keys to contract in 14 days. So by the time we closed to the time we had it under contract was 14 days. And it was a $40,000 rehab. Like that it wasn't heard of to do that. And I get you have seasoning issues and everyone always asks me that, but there's ways around that, right? We switch them over to conventional, or we have good lenders in our artillery that we can say, hey, use this lender, they'll close it. And you can be in way faster anyways, right? For a cheaper rate. So it's really not, those really aren't like right? The issue for us is I want to be in and out of it. And guess how much I paid in interest? Hardly any, right? Like I paid 1 month of interest maybe instead of paying 6 months of interest. It was huge, right? It's a huge cost savings. And guess what? We were under budget. Everyone got paid. They didn't have to string out how they got paid. Everybody got paid as soon as we were done. So my contractors loved it. Hey, we busted our butts and we made a lot more money because we were super efficient. Instead of us taking 5 days to do a tile job, we did it in 1 and we made the same amount of money. So we came in under budget. We were on time. Our quality was high and we saw it's just been really successful for us. So it's just, yeah, flipping every house in 7 days doesn't really make sense, because if it's going to take me, our run time now is 28 days. From the time we start a project to the time we finish is 28 days. And we're usually about a 35 to 40K rehab on that. So our plan is to spend $10,000 a week. If we can spend $10,000 on a property, then we're at a high level efficiency. If we do a 7-day flip, we're just doing it for fun, or we're doing it for like strategy reasons, right? We're being strategic about it. And so it's just cool that you can use that, right? How many people can say, yeah, let's 7-day flip it?
So, man, we're going to run out of time here. So
Sorry, I could talk all day.
You're phenomenal. I'm going to kind of rapid fire with you again.
Cool.
List quickly, and then I'm going to end with a recommendation for everybody to join in with Tyler to drill down even further through some of the coaching that he does through 7-day flipping. We'll end with that, because I think that's super important. People ask me all the time, there's coaching for wholesaling, there's coaching for just general business or life, but people that want to drill down further need to get a coach for their flipping. And I think, correct me if I'm wrong, but the group you're with, 7-day flipping, that's the perfect venue to drill down deeper at a higher level, in the middle of October with some of your groups. So I'm going to end with that. Don't let me forget your KPIs. Okay. List your top KPIs that you track.
Yeah. So we're looking at, really, like I talked about, dead days. We're looking at estimated ARVs versus real ARVs. And lately those have just been off the chain, right? We're getting multiple offers on 99% of our deals, I would say, right? And we're doing that intentionally, right? We want to push those ARVs. We want to get multiple offers. We want to price them right. So we're looking at those KPIs. We're looking at days of construction. How long is it really taking us to rehab these properties? And then time, budget, quality, right? We emphasize those 3 things a ton. How much time is it taking us to rehab, and how long have we owned these? How's our budget? Did we hit budget? Did we miss budget? How did we miss budget? Why did we miss budget? What are those variances? What do they look like? And we're just refining that process, right? So how do we get better? So time, budget, and quality. Did we hit our quality? Did we not, right? And we're noticing a difference that when we really pay attention to that quality, we're getting it back tenfold in value. Yeah, so we're putting out a really good product and people are willing to pay for it. So those are kind of our KPIs.
That's awesome.